I rejoiced with those who said to me, "Let us go to the house of the Lord." Our feet are standing in your gates, O Jerusalem. Jerusalem is built like a city that is closely compacted together. That is where the tribes go up, the tribes of the Lord, to praise the name of the Lord according to the statute given to Israel. There the thrones for judgment stand, the thrones of the house of David. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May those who love you be secure. May there be peace within your walls and security within your citadels. For the sake of my brothers and friends, I will say, peace be within you. For the sake of the house of the Lord, our God, I will seek your prosperity. Psalm 122. Let us say a prayer for Jerusalem and for the state of Israel. 11 minutes after its founding, President Harry Truman recognized the state of Israel. For the last 76 years, there has been no greater friend to the state of Israel than the United States of America. And there never will be a greater friend than the United States of America. Last year, I went with Speaker McCarthy to celebrate the 75th anniversary of Israel. It was only the second time that a Speaker of the United States House of Representatives addressed the Knesset. We met with Prime Minister Netanyahu and Speaker Ohana and President Herzog. We talked about the special bond between the United States and Israel, the importance of the Abraham Accords, and the importance of normalizing relations between Israel and Arab-majority nations, and the importance of standing up to Iran. In November of last year, I came back, and it was a very different feeling. Just 1 month after the terrorist attack against the state of Israel. And we met with Prime Minister Netanyahu again. And we watched a 21-minute video, raw footage, unedited, of the attack perpetrated by Hamas. To see the glee, the joy with which Hamas terrorists killed innocent Jews, killed Israelis and Americans, took them hostage. I watched in horror as they brutally killed, slaughtered, maimed, butchered, beheaded innocent women, children, and babies. But it was one moment that really stood out to me. A young Palestinian man calling home to his parents in Gaza and repeating over and over and over again, "Mom, Dad, I just killed 10 Jews with my bare hands." That level of hatred is taught. It is taught in schools in Gaza, funded by UNRWA and the United Nations. It is an absolute abomination, and it must be stopped now in Gaza. It must be stopped now in the Middle East. It must be stopped now here in America. To teach your children to hate someone simply because they are Jewish goes against everything that the Abrahamic religions teach. When my dad passed away 11 years ago, the very last conversation that we had, his very last words to me where, Michael, to whom much is given, much is required. You've been given a lot of talents and skills, and use them to do God's work and keep your moral compass about you. Well, there is no higher calling than to stand up and protect the state of Israel and stand up for the rights of the Jewish people to practice their faith and live their authentic lives as Jews. The idea that today here in America, we have American citizens, hell, we have members of Congress spouting the propaganda of Hamas, a terrorist organization, undermining the state of Israel, calling them an apartheid state, an oppressor. Israel is not an apartheid state. Israel is not an oppressor. It is the only multicultural, multi-ethnic, multi-religious democracy in the Middle East. It is a beacon of hope, of opportunity, of freedom. The reason Harry Truman recognized the state of Israel 11 minutes after its founding is because at our core, the United States and the state of Israel are based on Judeo-Christian values. We are founded on these principles. To me, we have a responsibility as the United States to stand up in the face of evil and to support our greatest ally in the world. There is no moral equivalency here. Hamas literally just 2 weeks ago executed hostages, including one American. Israel has not started this war. Israel has not sought to kill innocent Palestinians. Israel is seeking to defend itself and protect the right of its citizens to practice their faith and to live as a Jewish state. As a member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, I have worked tirelessly to not only stand up for the state of Israel, but to combat Iran and its terrorist proxies, and to combat anti-Semitism here in America. I am proud of the fact that the very first bill I passed was to create the special envoy for the Abraham Accords. I am proud of the fact that I was able to pass the SHIP Act and the Iran-China Energy Sanctions Act to take on the illicit oil trade between China and Iran that is funding Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis, that has been allowed to grow under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris to the tune of $100 billion. It is shameful, it is disgusting, and it has to stop. I am proud that I passed the IGO Anti-Boycott Act in the House to take on the BDS movement at the United Nations. And as we approach UN Week here in New York City, let us be clear, the United Nations is a disgrace. What they have allowed to happen, they have become a bastion of anti-American, anti-Israel bigotry and become shills for China, Russia, and Iran. And we will not tolerate it anymore. I'm proud of the fact that I passed the Anti-Semitism Awareness Act, 320 to 91. Now, It is sitting in the United States Senate. Chuck Schumer, the highest-ranking Jewish official in American history, refuses to bring the bill to the floor for a vote, and yet has the chutzpah to write a book about combating anti-Semitism. Well, I have a great chapter for the Senate Majority Leader. Pass the damn bill. There's a Yiddish word that I like to use to discuss Chuck Schumer. Shanda. He's a disgrace. He should stand up clearly and loudly and say, we will not tolerate this anymore. You want to combat anti-Semitism? Go to Columbia University, because that's where I'm headed right after this. You want to stand up to anti-Semitism? Pass the bill. We have a responsibility in the United States Congress to lead. And I will continue to lead in support of our Jewish community. I will not back down. I will not relent. I will not be silent. There's a lot more work to do. But the most important thing that can be done in this moment, the most important thing that can be done in this moment is for Hamas to surrender and to release the hostages. That is the only way there will be a ceasefire. That is the only way this conflict will come to an end. That is the only way that we will have lasting peace and prosperity in the Middle East, is when Hamas surrenders, releases the hostages, and every Arab majority nation recognizes Israel's right to exist. God bless the United States of America, God bless the state of Israel, and God bless the Jewish people. Thank you very much.